Hi Nirav.
How are you?
On the job is very privileged to have with us Mr. Nirav Momaya, Head Food Solutions with Baskin Robbins and earlier CEO of Gelato Ice Creams. Hi Nirav.
I think food and beverage, that's what we would generally categorize. It's a broad industry. It has multiple segments. What I'm going to primarily broadly right now talk about is purely retail and retail side of the business. Food, as we all love food, but I think food has peculiarities which we need to be very careful. Food has to be served correctly on the right temperature, on the right timeliness, consistent quality. That's why you like the food that you like. So that's very important in this industry, and to maintain that, that's where the big challenge lies in the industry. Innovation, disruption happening in the industry, because as people require are traveling more, they are getting exposed to different cuisines. They require those options to be provided to them in a convenient form. So that's what I would summarize as food business scenario. Company would typically have a technical side, a support side, and a front end side. The technical side would involve quality assurance, research and development, regulatory aspects, which we deal with government and licenses and so on and so forth. So that's the technical side. The support and back end side typically is more of your finance departments, your admin, projects department, maintenance departments, IT, HR. So those are typically your support and back-end department. And the front-end department is your sales and operations team. And they pretty much drive the revenue for the company, and they are complemented by the back-end and the technical team. Majority of the jobs you can come with general management. But if you're looking in a very highly technical jobs, which are quality assurance, regulatory related jobs, R&D, those require some technical qualifications. But other than those, the other jobs they don't require any specific qualification. If you're just general 12 plus 3 or whatever. About the passion, because I think this industry, like for any job, if you're passionate about food, you're passionate about retail, then that's what this industry is good for you. So I think you need to have obviously basic qualifications, but beyond that, I think it is your passion that will drive the business. Primarily, our core business is ice cream. We've taken a master franchisee from the Baskin Robbins US, and we have the rights for pretty much Southeast Asia into 3 sub-segments. One is parlor business, which we have about around 700 plus parlors in 190 cities. Majority of all of them are practically franchised, so it's run by some third party who takes the right to run the business. So second business is modern trade and general trade, which is primarily general trade is more of we focus on class A stores, which are air conditioned stores, convenience grocery stores, which keep a lot more upscale products, including luxury products, including and imported groceries. So your Wellness Forevers, Noble Plus, Modern Bazaar in Delhi, so on and so forth. And in modern trade, you have the Reliances of the world, D-Marts of the world, Spencer's, Hypercities, and so that's general trade, and modern trade is the other business. The third business is food solutions and alternate channels. Food solutions primarily caters to the HoReCa channel, which HoReCa primarily stands for hotel, restaurants and caterers. And alternate channel is basically a channel that we just recently started, is basically focusing on the new economic growth that is happening. To explain it a little better, is that earlier we would not pay 60, 70, we would not pay 300, 400 rupees for a cinema. Today you pay for one and you pay another 500,000 rupees for popcorn inside. So with the growing economy, a lot of new opportunity has come. Airports, multiplexes, colleges, hospitals, so on and so forth. So that is another vertical that falls under that. So I look after the business. That what means is that you're responsible for the P&L of the business. But the P&L of the business, you mean is you are responsible to get the sales, the top line, and maintain expenses for that particular vertical. So it's like running a small company within a company, pretty much. That's what it entitles. Basically, it involves pretty much, looking at your sales MIS daily, talking to your sales team. We have a network all over India. We're present in 190 cities, so our team pretty much covers those 190 cities. So we have a sales team all across India. So interacting with them, keeping them motivated, making sure they are on the job, getting things done, getting closing accounts. Then you have regular, management review meetings from so and so forth. Then lot of support issues that keep coming up from time to time, because there are some delivery issues, some customer complaints, some equipment failure. So a lot of maintenance issues that come up every day, which you have to keep working, and then obviously you solve some and then you work to make sure that they don't repeat again. So those, then plus market visits where you travel to different regions in the country to just see the business, understand the local competition, and how you are performing. Plus, a lot of times this management review preparations, because every month you have to present how you did last month, what are your plans for the next month, and business development also. So a lot of my time goes in working with groups. Especially what I mean by groups is like Inox, PVR, or certain clients, Oberoi, Taj, Leela, to develop relationships, to grow more business with them, or find new opportunities. So that's where I focus a lot of my time, to find more opportunities where the business has a pan-India multiplier effect. So that's pretty much a typical day. Engineering and MBA, but once I did my engineering, I realized this technical drawings are too complicated for me. I really can't keep so much, 2 micro millimeter tolerance and variance, and so much drawings and so much. I just can't sit at one place. So I said engineering. So that's why I did my MBA. So I wanted to go, and I think my broader focus in my life has been general management, and food comes as a passion to me. So when I add the two, I'll end up where I am. Swiggy Scootsie is like, today people look at what restaurant is on Swiggy Scootsie versus what I want to order. So it's different, So I think you have to be a little abreast with the times to make sure that you are relevant to your job and the industry.
Or something like that. But for a guy who's doing a general MBA, and he's confused as to, where, what thing. So how does he zero into food as such? Is there some particular, just the campus, or how does is there any particular skill? Some particular way by which he knows that this would be a right place for him?
I think a lot of times you may not get your first job the way you want it. And that is just the reality of life. But if you're passionate enough and you approach the right people in the right company, they will give you an opportunity to work. You may not exactly be the role you want to, but if you perform, then opportunities open up. So nobody gets typically what they want in the first job, first attempt. So it's your passion, and once you start your job, and if you commit to the company well and you perform, why would the company also wants good people, so they'll give you your opportunity. But I think if you need to be sure whether food appeals to you, you like serving people, you like to be in the food scene, basically. If that's something that drives you and you're passionate about it, then I think the doors will open up. Enabling you to do the disruption. So technology has to be used in the business in the correct way and planned correctly. So you can optimize and grow your business. By just using technology crazily, it doesn't do any good. So just say, for example, if you just start going on Facebook and keep doing everything on Facebook, it's part of your business, but it's not the only part of your marketing campaign or promotion campaign. So you have to optimize your business and be very careful about how you use technology. Excess technology can get you distracted. No use of technology can make you obsolete. So you have to find the data is, or the authentication of data is sometimes a challenge. The collection of data, whether you can, as I said, all these are indicators. You cannot solely depend on the data because the quality of data that you currently get in India is probably average. It is not at the highest quality. Like if you were in a Western world, you could pull the data and you can go in any locality and actually know what people there are, what they eat, what they do, and you can find which location is the best location for a restaurant. You can zoom it in within 30-45 minutes with all the data because the data is so organized and easily available. But in our case, the data is getting better. If somebody says Irla is the best retail location, and then you see the map and you'll see like a Nalla or a gutter passway, and you'll understand why is this the most expensive retail space in the world, at least in Bombay. So those things you cannot understand by sitting on data. Those you have to be on field and understand. So confusing technology is the business. So I think when you look at businesses which are successful are ones who have adapted technology to their business sensibly and have realistic projections about their growth and business, because when companies make unrealistic projections about their growth and business, they get the funding first round, second round, then they just don't have any money because an investor wants to put money in the business to grow the business, not to subsidize the working capital of the business. I mean, by working capital, I mean to pay salary and losses, beyond a certain point. So I think, you have to be very sensible in how you use the like for example, if you look, you think the food delivery business is done by Big Basket and so on and so forth. But if you look back and study the business, there's equal amount of business now being done by Reliance and DMart as e-commerce players. Businesses are using the technology the right way in a sustainable way. What I mean by sustainable is your growth is realistic, you're paying the right amount of money for your business in terms of infrastructure, salary, and you know when you're going to be profitable or you're focusing on profitability. By simply focusing on growth is no business. You can achieve growth by pumping as much money as you want, but if there's no profitability, the business will not survive, the stakeholders will not be happy, and the business will have to wind up eventually. So there is a lot of opportunity in e-commerce as a business, but I think food is a little sensitive, primarily because one thing you have to remember in food is perishability. It's not that easy as just selling like electronics or clothes over e-commerce. It requires a lot of effort in selection, storing it correctly, delivering it correctly. So obviously there's an opportunity, everybody's fighting for the space. I think there will be some leaders and there will be some losers. Just going out, getting exposed to different markets is pretty interesting. Working with some good clients, top clients, we have, Taj, Leela, Oberoi's of the world, and some airports and all this stuff. So dealing with those clients, you get to meet some of the people who are actually behind the scenes of things. So it's basically I like to meet people, I like to interact with people. Up to a point, I like challenges also, not to beyond a certain point. So you want to come back to your desk and solve something, and find some new business opportunities. So I think there's a lot on the plate every day. During holidays, and particularly our business is more thrives during holidays. Because when people are on leave, they will travel more, they will eat more, they will go out more, they will go out to movies more. So our business actually does better when there is holidays. Employees who can deliver growth, can deliver value, can find new opportunities to business. So within that, within the same business, if they go and find some new opportunities and create additional business, that is what they are looking for. Now to do all this, you have to be patient. Perspective. I think it was a lot more valid from my perspective and my personal view, I feel it was a lot more valid earlier because we didn't have all this exposure. Today Uber is available here, Netflix is available here, whatever food, clothes, cars, everything that you want, services, everything is available now here. So the reason why people were going overseas was because you get an opportunity to see their lives and services and what other trends are happening. But I think the global trends are available here. Going somewhere separately to study helps you to become a little independent. I think I don't consider the exposure of being overseas, but I think the other part of being independent, because now when you're overseas you have to decide what you will eat, when you will eat, what you will eat. If you fall sick, you have to decide what you will do for yourself. So those decisions, which job should I take, which internship should I take, so you don't have everybody around you. So that makes you a little more independent and more rugged.